May 5th, on your birthday, Reena. I never thought I'd live through it, but today's a year later and it doesn't bother us to talk about it. And you were wearing a white dress and you look lovely. And the clock struck that morning just like this. I remember them carrying our father's coffin. There was a band playing. It was a military funeral. And they fired rifles over the grave at the cemetery. He was a general, a brigade commander. I thought there should have been more.
I don't want to think about it.
Today it's warm enough to keep the windows wide open, even though the birch trees haven't set out their leaves yet. Father got his command 11 years ago and we left Moscow and came here. It was the beginning of May then too, I remember. Moscow was already warm and full of flowers and there was sunshine everywhere. That was 11 years ago and I remember it exactly as if it happened yesterday. Oh my, this morning I realized it was springtime. Everything was so bright and I felt this wave of happiness rising inside me and all I wanted to do was go back home.
What the hell you say?
You're right. It's all a lot of nonsense.
Masha, stop whistling. I spend the whole day in school and then I do extra tutoring in the evenings and my head aches all the time and I get depressed sometimes and it feels I've gotten old all of a sudden. The only thing that keeps me going.
Moscow! Going back to Moscow, selling this house and everything here and going back to Moscow!
Yes, going back to Moscow as soon as we can.
Brother, of course, will be a scientist. He certainly can't go on living here. The only problem is poor Masha.
Masha can come to summers with us every year.
Yes, well, I hope everything will work out. The weather is wonderful today. I don't know why I feel so good. This morning I remember it was my birthday and all of a sudden I felt wonderful. I thought about when I was little, when Mama was still alive. I keep thinking the most wonderful things.
You look lovely. You really look beautiful. And Masha looks beautiful too, and Andre looking better looking, but he's gained far too much weight and it doesn't suit him at all. And I have gotten old now. I think I've lost far too much weight. It must be because of the girls at the high school. They keep making me so angry. Oh well. Sometimes I feel it's God's wish, but sometimes I feel if I'd gotten married and could stay home the whole day, it would have been better somehow. I would have loved my husband.
Nothing you say makes any sense. I can't take it anymore. I forgot to tell you. Our new commanding officer is coming to pay you a visit today.
Really?
Listening.
We'll be delighted.
Is he old?
No, not at all. Maybe 40, 45 at the most. She seems very nice. Definitely not stupid. She just talks a lot.
Is he interesting?
I suppose so. She has a husband, a mother-in-law and 2 little girls. And it's her second marriage. Everywhere she goes, she tells people she has a husband and 2 little girls. Wait and see, she'll tell you too. Her husband is a little crazy. He dresses like a schoolboy. He uses very highfalutin language, talks philosophy, and spends a lot of time trying to kill himself. Mostly in order to annoy his wife, so far as I can tell. I would have left a person like that long ago, but she just hangs on and complains about him.
I can only lift 50 pounds with one arm, but with 2 arms, I can lift 150 pounds. Even more. What do I conclude from that? That 2 men are not just twice as strong as one, but 3 times as strong or even more!
To prevent falling here, 2 ounces of naphtha, half bottle of alcohol, second use daily. Oh, let's make a little note of that. Oh yeah, yes, I was saying, you take a cork, stick it to the bottle, and you take a glass pipe and you stick it through the cork, and then you take a pinch of...
Ivan Romanich, dear! Ivan Romanich!
What is it, my child? What is it?
Oh, tell me why I'm so happy! I feel as if my sails flying in the wind and the sky over me was bright blue and full of vipers. Why is that? Do you know why?
You're my sweet little white bird.
When I got up this morning, everything in this world was suddenly clear and I realized I knew how to live. Dear Ivan Romanis, I do know everything. Man must work on the sweat of his brow no matter who he is. That's the whole point of his life. And all his happiness. How wonderful it must be to get up at dawn and pave streets, or be a support, or a school teacher who teaches children, or walk Lord, not even a man, a horse or something has against work. Anything is better than just getting up at dawn, having breakfast in bed and taking 2 hours to dress. What an awful life that is. I want to work the way I want cold drinks in hot weather. And if I don't do that from now on, get up and go to work, then don't ever have anything more to do with me, Ivan Raman.
I won't. I promise.
Father trained us all to wake up at 7 in the morning. Now Irina wakes at 7 and lies in bed for hours thinking about things and with such a serious face to her.
You always treat me like a little girl. You think it's funny when I'm serious, but I am 20 years old.
My God, I really understand that desire to work. I've never worked a day in my life. I was born in Petersburg where it's cold and boring and no one in my family has ever worked or even had to worry. I remember, whenever I got home from the military school, there was always a servant to take my boots off. I was a real monster to them. But my mother just smiled and let me do whatever I wanted. She never quite understood when other people objected to the way I behaved. They tried to protect me from hardship, but I don't think they quite managed. And now the time has come. There's a storm gathering, a wild elemental storm. It's coming. It's almost over our heads. And it will clean out our society, get rid of laziness and indifference and this prejudice against work and this lousy rotten boredom. I intend to work. And in 25 or 30 years, we will all work. All of us.
Not me.
You don't count. In 25 years, you won't be around. Thank God. I'll give you a couple of years more. Then you either die of a stroke, Hansel, or I'll shoot your head off.
I've never done any work ever. Once I graduated, I never did a lick of work. I never read a single book. All I read are newspapers. For instance, in newspapers, I read a name called Dobroliovo. So I know he exists, but God only knows what he wrote, I don't. Someone wants me downstairs. I must have visitors. Just a minute and so. I'll be right back.
I think he's dreaming of another surprise.
You're right. Did you see the look on his face as he went out? You're about to receive a birthday present.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
It really is terrible. He's always overdoing things.
Beside the sea, there stands a tree.
You don't seem to be in a very good mood today, Masha. Where are you going?
Home. Ah, that's true.
Leaving a birthday party.
It's alright, I'll be back later on. I want you to be well and happy, darling. When Father was alive, we used to have 30 or 40 officers at our birthday parties. It was noisy and fun. Today we barely have a man and a half, and it's as dull as a desert. I'm leaving. I'm kind of depressed mood today. I don't feel too well. Don't mind me, but we'll talk about it later on. I'm going for a walk.
What's the matter?
I know what you mean, Masha.
When a man talks philosophy, it's a philosophy. Or at least sophistry. But when a woman talks philosophy, or two women, it's just we all the way home.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Say the dog to the flea, don't jump on me.
Stop.
Come in. Come in. Oh, God. Come in. It's all right. Just be at me.
It's a birthday cake from Fraud of War at the council office.
Thank you. Tell him thank you.
What?
Tell him thank you.
Nana, take him to the kitchen, give him something to eat. Fairport, go with her to the kitchen, she'll give you something to eat.
What?
Come with me, old man. Come in.
I don't like that Protopopov or whatever his name is. You shouldn't have called him. I didn't. Good.
Pa 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 ra pam pa 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 ra pam pa 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 ra pam pa 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 pa.
A golden service? How awful!
Ivan Romanich, how could you?
What did I tell you?
Ivan Roman is really what is racist.
My dear sweet little girls, you are dearer to me than anything else in the world. I'm 60 years old. I'm an old man, a broken down old man. The only decent thing left in me is my love to you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have gone on. Darling, I've known you since the day you were born. I've carried you when you were a baby. I was in love with your sainted mother.
But why says expensive presents?
Expensive present? Well, that's just... Take it away! Expensive present!
As the colonel just arrived, dears. Never laid eyes on her before, but she's already got up a coat and everything. Be nice to her. Mind your manners now. And it's long past lunchtime. Oh, Lord.
Probably Versinino. Lieutenant Colonel Versinino.
How do you do? I'm delighted to be here at last. Delighted, believe me. Well, how you've grown.
It's very nice of you to
Oh, I'm delighted, really delighted. But, there's 3 of you, isn't there? I remember 3 little girls, 3 sisters. I don't recall your faces, but I remember perfectly your father, Colonel Prozorov, had 3 little girls. Oh, well, how time does fly.
Alexandra Ignatievna is from Moscow.
Moscow? You're from Moscow?
Yes, indeed. Your father was a battery commander in Moscow, and I was an officer in his command. Now, your face, I think I remember. Funny, I don't seem to remember yours.
Olga! Olga! Olga, come here! Colonel Versinina is from Moscow!
You must be Olga Sergeyevna, the oldest. And you are Maria, and you? Irina, the youngest.
You are from Moscow?
Yes, I went to school in Moscow and began my service career there, and now I finally got my own command here, as you see. I don't remember you individually. All I remember is that there were 3 of you, 3 sisters. I remember your father very well. I used to spend a lot of time at your house in Moscow.
I thought I knew everybody, but...
Oh, perhaps you remember my full name, Alexandra Ignatievna.
Alexandra Ignatievna, you are from Moscow. What a surprise!
We're going back there, Renelle.
We expect to be there by autumn. It's our hometown. We were born there on Old Baspany Street.
We never expected to see anyone from Moscow here. I remember. Olga, do you remember they used to tell us about the lovesick major? You were a lieutenant back then and you were in love with someone and they used to tease you about being a major.
Yes, that's right, the lovesick major, yes.
But you've got so many gray hairs now. You're so old.
Well, when they called me the lovesick major, I was young and I was in love. Now I'm not.
You look bad. I mean, you're old, but you're not old.
Well, I'm almost 44. How long has it been since you left Moscow?
11 years.
Masha, what's the matter? Don't cry, your sister. You want me to start?
What street did you live on?
On Old Basmani Street.
Oh, so did we.
I used to walk from there to the barracks. You have to cross a big bridge to get there. And the water makes a noise underneath you. If you're lonely, it makes you feel awful. But the river you've got here is wonderful, wide and strong.
But it gets cold here. It gets cold, there are mosquitoes and...
Come now, this is a very good climate. Very healthy, very Russian. Woods, river, and well, you've got birch trees. Wonderful, uncomplicated birch trees. They are my favorite tree. Life here must be very good. But it's funny, the nearest railroad station is 18 miles away and nobody seems to know why.
Well, I know why. Because if the stations were closed, it wouldn't be far away, and if it's far away, it can't be close.
Very funny, Vasily Vasilich.
Now I remember you. I really do.
I knew your mother.
She was a wonderful woman. God rest her.
Mama is buried in Moscow.
No, what the she's a veteran. It's funny, I'm beginning to forget what her face is like. Same thing will happen to us. No one will remember us.
True. No one will remember us. That's fate. There's nothing you can do about it. The things that seem important to us, serious and significant things, the time will come when they'll all be forgotten. Or, well, they won't seem so important and serious anymore. And the interesting thing is there's no way we can guess what will be considered important or significant and what will be considered petty and silly. So, in time, perhaps this life of ours, the one we're so proud of, will seem strange, stupid, stupid, messy, perhaps even sinful.
But who knows? They may also think of the time we lead as a high point and remember it with respect. Today we have no torture, no capital punishment, no invasions. There's still so much suffering.
We. The parent doesn't live on food like rest of us. He just lives on philosophy.
Vasilit, will you please leave me alone for God's sakes? It's not funny anymore. And the suffering observable everywhere today would seem to indicate that society has already attained a certain moral elevation.
Yes, of course.
Baron, you just said that people in the future will take their life as a high point. But people nowadays are still pretty low. Look how low I am. But yes, of course, you make me feel better by calling my life his high point.
That's our brother Andre. He's the family intellectual. He'll probably be a scientist. Papa was in service, but his son had decided on a scientific career.
That's what Papa wanted him to do. We were teasing him this morning. He seems to be a little bit in love.
With one of the local girls. I imagine she'll be here for lunch.
But her clothes, it's not just that they're pitiful or out of fashion, they're absolutely awful. She'll wear a funny yellow skirt with an awful fringe and a red blouse. And those pretty little cheeks always sprout clean. Oh, Andre can't be in love. He's got some taste. He's just teasing us. He's acting a little silly. You know, someone told me yesterday she's supposed to marry Protopopov, the chairman of the county council. I certainly hope she does. Andre, just a minute.
No, I'm fine right now.
1 minute, Andre. Here's your book. Andre said it.
Virginina.
How do you do? Are you the new battery commander?
Can you believe it? Colonel Vershinina is from Moscow.
Oh, are you? Well, congratulations. Now my sisters won't let you alone.
I think I've already managed to board your sister.
Look at this picture friend Andre gifted me for my birthday. He made it himself.
Yes, well, it's certainly...
And the other one over the bar, he made that too.
He's our intellectual. He plays the violin. He can carve anything out of wood. He's our genius. Oh, Andre, don't do that. He always wants to be alone. Come on, stay on, Andre. He's so funny. You know, we all used to tease Alexandra Ignatievna of being the lovesick major, and she never got mad.
Never.
Hey, I've got a new name for you. The lovesick violinist.
Or the lovesick scientist.
Andre's in love. Andre's in love. Andre.
Bravo, encore. Andre's in love.
It's love that makes the world go on.
Will you all please stop it? I couldn't sleep last night and today I feel sort of funny. A little upset, I guess. I kept on reading until 4 and then I got into bed, but I just laid there. Kept thinking about things and all of a sudden the sun came up and the bedroom was full of light. Now, as long as I'm going to be here through the summer, I'm going to finish this book from English.
You read English?
Yes. My father, God rest him, educated us with a vengeance. And it's funny, and I guess it's sort of silly too, but you know, after he died, I started on putting on weight. And in just a year, I've gotten kind of heavy. It's almost as if my body were letting itself go after all that education. My father made sure that my sisters and I knew French, German, and English. Irina even knows Italian, but a lot of good it does us.
Yeah, well, what's the use of knowing 3 languages in a town like this? It's a useless luxury. Well, not even a luxury, it's an unnecessary appendage. Like a 6th finger. We know a lot that's unnecessary.
Huh. Oh, well, you know a lot that's unnecessary? I don't think there exists a town so dull and boring that it didn't have a real need for intelligent, educated people. All right, let's agree that this town is backward and vulgar, and let's suppose that out of its thousands of inhabitants, there are only 3 people like you. Of course, little by little, you will disappear into this crowd of thousands, but you won't simply disappear. You'll have some influence, and after a little time goes by, there will be 6 more, let's say, like you, and then 12, until finally, people like you will be in the majority. In 200 or 300 years, life on Earth will be unimaginably beautiful, astonishing. Man needs a life like that. And if we don't don't have it yet, we must wait for it, dream of it, prepare for it, and that's the reason we must be able to see and know more than our fathers and grandfathers, and you complain, you know a lot that's unnecessary.
I'm staying for lunch.
You know, you really ought to write all that down.
Say, life on Earth will eventually be beautiful and wonderful, that's true. But in order for us to have a say in all that, even at this point, we have to get ready for it. We have to work.
Yes, of course. What a lot of flowers you've got. Oh, and such a beautiful home. I envy you. All my life I've lived in dumpy apartments with 2 chairs and a sofa, and well, the stove always smokes. And all I've ever wanted is a lot of flowers like this. Oh my, well.
Yes. We have to work. I know you're all thinking, listen to the German getting sentimental again, but I'm really Russian, honestly. I am. I don't even speak German. And my father was baptized in the Russian church.
Sometimes I think what it would be like to start life over again and to do it deliberately. Well, I think that each of us would try not to repeat the same mistakes. At least try to arrange a new environment, find a room like this to live in with flowers in it and lots of light. I have a husband and 2 little girls, and well, my husband is not a healthy man, and what with one thing or another, if I could start life over again, believe me, I certainly wouldn't get married.
Dearest sister, allow me to congratulate you in this happy occasion and to convey you my heartfelt wishes for good health and whatever else a girl of your age may desire for. Properly desire, that is. And allow me to present to you this little book as the token of my esteem. It's the history of the first 50 years of local high school. I wrote it myself, a mere trifle, written in an idle hour, but I want you to be sure to read it anyway. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I teach at the local high school. This little book contains the name of all those who have graduated from our school over the last 50 years. Fati quod potui, fatiant meliora potentis.
But you gave me the same book as a present last Easter.
Well, then give it back. But Bennett, give it to the colonel. Here, colonel. Read it sometimes when I have nothing better to do.
Thank you. I'm really delighted we've gotten to know each other once again.
You're not leaving, are you?
Will you stay and have lunch, please?
I seem to have intruded on a birthday party. I'm sorry, I didn't know I should have congratulated you.
Today is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Our day of rest. Let us all seek rest, each according to his age and his status. These rocks will be rolled up for the summer in naphtha and mud pots. The Romans were a healthy race. They knew how to work. They also knew how to rest. They had a mens sana in corpore sano. They lived their lives according to proper forms. Our headmaster always says the only thing in life is form. And when things lose their form, they lose their identity. And it is precisely the same in our daily lives. Masa loves me. My wife loves me. And the winter drapes will be rolled up with the rocks. I am very happy today in an excellent frame of mind. Masa, we are going to the headmaster's this afternoon at 4. There is an outing for the teachers and their families.
I'm not going.
Masa dearest, why not?
I'll tell you later. Oh, right, I'll go. Only please leave me alone.
And he has invited us all back at his place to spend an evening. Despite his precarious health, that man does his best to stay sociable. An astonishing personality, a remarkable man. Really extraordinary. Yesterday at the faculty meeting, he turned towards me and said, I am tired. You the idiots? Tired. Your clock is 7 minutes past. Tired, that's what he said.
Ladies and gentlemen, lunch is served and the birthday cake too.
Olga dearest. Yesterday I worked from early morning until 11 at night. And I was very tired. And today I feel very happy. Dearest.
A birthday cake? How wonderful.
Now you listen to me. I don't want to see you drinking tonight, all right?
No.
It's very bad for you.
Now. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. I gave it up. All right. I've been drunk for 2 years, for God's sake. So what difference does it make?
Never mind. Just don't drink. Another goddamn boring evening at the headmaster's.
If I were you, I just wouldn't go. It's very simple. Why not?
Oh,
Don't go, sweetheart. Don't go.
so easy. Don't go. Miserable
now.
fucking life.
No.
That'll do, Vasily. Let it alone.
Your health, Colonel. I am a pedagogue by profession. But here in the family, I am Master's husband. She's a wonderful woman. A wonderful woman.
Well, I'll have a little of this dark vodka. Your health. I feel very much at home here.
Masa really feels awful today. As he was only 18 when she married him and she thought he was very intelligent. Not anymore. He's a nice man, but he's not very intelligent.
Andre, come on in. We're waiting for you.
I'm coming.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. I don't like that Saloon of yours. I'm afraid of him. He says the stupidest things.
It's strange. I feel sorry for him. He makes me mad sometimes, but mostly I just feel sorry for him. I think he's really very sly. When there's just the two of us, he's good company and quite intelligent. But whenever he's in a group, he gets rude and vulgar. He always tries to start a fight. Don't go yet. Let them all get settled first. Let me spend some time with you. Just the two of us. What are you thinking about? You're 20 years old. I'm not 30 yet. Think about how much time you get ahead of us. These and these, all of them full of my love for you.
Lilo, please don't talk to me about love.
Such a desire to live it in and to work and fight for something. And my love for you makes that desire even stronger. You're so beautiful. You make life seem just as beautiful. What are you thinking about?
You say life is so beautiful, but suppose it isn't. Look at us. 3 sisters. Our life hasn't been so beautiful yet. It's choking us up like lawn full of weeds. We have to work. We really do. The reason we're unhappy and think life is so awful is because we don't know what it means to work. We come from the families who thought they never had to work.
You're already eating. I guess I'm late. Oh, well, at least my hair is okay. Irina Sergeyevna, happy birthday! Congratulations, honey. You've got so many guests. I feel so embarrassed. Oh, hello, Baron. How are you? Well, if it isn't Natalia Ivanovna. Come on in, dear. You've got so many guests. I feel awfully embarrassed. No, none of that. They're just friends. But a green bed, darling. It's not done. Why? Is it bad luck or something? No, it doesn't go with your dress. It looks odd. That's all. God, it's not green. I mean, it's more greenish.
Here is hoping you find a suitable husband. It's about time you got married.
Here is the hoping. Natalia Ivanovna finds herself a boyfriend.
Natalia Ivanovna already has a boyfriend.
Another little glass of this wine. Oh, God, you win once. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose.
You get an F minus in conduct.
Oh, this vodka is delicious. What gives it that special taste?
Cockroaches!
That's disgusting.
Well, we're having roast turkey and apple pie for dinner tonight. I have the whole day free and the evening too. I hope everyone will be joining
I
us.
hope you'll let me come too.
Of course.
They're very informal around here.
It's love that makes the world good.
That's enough. Aren't you tired of it yet?
Oh, they're already having lunch. Lunch? Oh, why, yes, it's true. They are already having lunch.
Wait a minute. Here, now one more. Everybody hold still. Here, now you can all move.
Happy birthday. Oh. And the best wishes. The very best. The weather is just wonderful today. Really marvelous. I took some of the high school boys out for a walk this morning. I am the gymnastics coach back at the high school.
That's all right, Irina Sergeyevna. You don't have to be concerned. It's all right.
You look very interesting today.
I forgot a present for you. It makes an amazing sound.
Oh, it's divine.
Beside the sea there stands a tree, and on that tree a golden chain. And on that chain an educated cat goes around and around and around. Why can't I get that line out of my
There are
head?
13 of us at the table.
Oh, surely, ladies and gentlemen, you are above such silly superstitions.
If there are 13 at the table, 2 of them are in love. Ivan Romanich, I hope nobody is in love with you.
No. I'm not. I'm an old boozer. But look at Natalia Ivanovna. What do you suppose she's got to blush about?
It's all right. Wait, don't go, please.
I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what's the matter with me. They just make fun of me all the time. I know it's not polite to leave a table like that, but I just couldn't stand it. I really couldn't.
Darling, they are only joking. Honestly, they are. They all mean well, darling. They are all really nice people. They love me and they love you too. Come on over here by the window. They can't see us over here.
It's just that I'm not used to these social occasions.
You're so young. So young and beautiful. Darling, don't get upset. Believe me, I feel so good. I feel so full of love and I'm so proud. Look, I don't know how I fell in love with you or when or why. I just don't understand any of it. I want you to marry me. I love you. I love you. I have never loved anybody before.
What you doing? You reading? Andy? It's okay. I just wanted to... The lamps aren't lit.
What's the matter, Natasha?
I was just looking to see if the lamps were lit. Tonight's carnival, the maids all in tizzy. You got to keep your eyes on them so nothing happens. Last night after midnight I was going through the dining room and there was this candle burning. I never could find out who did it. Anyway, what time is it?
Must be 8:15.
And Olga and Irina are still out. Haven't come home yet. They just work and work, poor dears. This morning I told your sister, I said, you take care of yourself, Irina. You hear me, honey? She never listens. You say 8:15? I'm worried about Bobik. I'm afraid he's getting a little sick. Why is he so cold? Yesterday he had a fever and today he's cold all over again.
He's all right, Natasha. The baby's all right.
Well, all the same, I better start him on a different diet. And they said the carnival people are supposed to come tonight. I just don't think they better, Andy.
Look, I don't know they were invited.
This morning the baby woke up and looked at me and all of a sudden he smiled. Hi, Bobik. I said, hello, darling. And he laughed. Oh, babies know exactly what's going on, Andy. They really do. So, I guess I'll tell them not to let the carnival people in when they come.
Well, whatever my sister say, it's their house, it's up to them.
Them too. I'll tell them too. They're just so sweet. I'm still worried about Bobik though. I'm worried that he's going to catch cold in that room of his. He could, you know. We should move him into another room until the warm weather comes. For instance, Irina's room is just right for a baby's room. It's dry and gets sun all day long. We should tell her and she can move in with Olga until then. She's never here during the daytime anyway. She just spends the night here. Andy, how come you never talk to me?
Nothing, I was just thinking, what is there to say?
Yeah, there's something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, Peraport from the council is here. He says he has to talk to you.
Tell him to come in. Hello, old man. What's up?
Chairman sent over a book and some papers here.
Thanks, that's fine. Why did you come by so late? It's already after 8.
What?
I said you came by late! It's already after 8.
That's right. I came by a while ago. It was still light. Wouldn't let me in. Said you were busy. That's what they said. Well, that's fine. If he's busy, he's busy. I'm not in no hurry. What?
Nothing. Tomorrow's Friday. There's no meetings, but I'll go in anyways, get something done. It's a bore around here. How funny life is. Today I had nothing to do, I was bored, and I picked up this book. My own lecture notes from the university, and I started to laugh. My God, I am the secretary of the county council. The same council that Protopopov is the chairman of. And the secretary and the highest honor I can hope for is to become a full member. Me, a full member of a local county council. And every night I dream I am a professor at the University of Moscow. Famous scientist. The pride of Russia.
I don't know. Can't hear too well.
If you could hear, I wouldn't be telling you all of this. I need to speak to someone. My wife doesn't understand me. I'm afraid of my sisters. I don't know why I'm afraid. I'm afraid they'll laugh at me. Make me feel ashamed. I'd love to be in Moscow right now, sitting at table at Testov or the Grand Moscow.
Now in Moscow, there's a fellow over to the office the other day. Says there is this bunch of men in Moscow. Businessmen, he says. And they were eating pancakes. Now this one fella, he was eating 40 of them. He up and died. Or maybe it was 50? Can't remember.
In Moscow, you can sit in table full of people and nobody knows you and you don't know anybody, but still, you don't feel like a stranger. In this town, everybody knows you and you know everybody, but you're always a stranger. A stranger and alone.
What? This same fella, he was telling us, could I be lying? I don't know. He says they got a rope in Moscow. Hangs all across the town from one side to the other.
What's it for?
I don't know. This fella was telling us.
He made it up. Were you ever in Moscow?
Nope. Things just didn't work out that way. Mind if I go?
Sure. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and come over tomorrow, will you? And get these papers. I'll be right there. Wait a minute. He's gone. That's it. Work.
I don't know. Of course, habit can be very strong. For example, after father died, it took us a long time to get used to the fact that we didn't have orderlies around anymore. But I think I'm being fair about it, even allowing for habit. Maybe it's different in other places, but in this town, the most respectable, the best brought up, and the best educated people are all in the military.
I'm really thirsty. Whew, I would love a cup of tea.
Ought to be ready in a minute. I got married when I was 18. I was afraid of my husband because he was a teacher and I was barely out of school. I used to think he was terribly important and wise and intelligent. I've changed my mind though, unfortunately.
Yes, well.
I don't mean my husband, I've gotten used to him. Oh. But most people in this town are so vulgar. They're so stupid, they're so unpleasant. Vulgarity upsets me, it wounds me. It makes me physically sick when I see someone who lacks finesse, or kindness, or gentleness. When I have to spend time with my husband's colleagues from the high school, it makes me sick.
Well, I don't think there's that much difference, though, between military and civilian. In this town, at least. They all seem uninteresting. Listen to any one of the locals who claims to be sensitive or intelligent, military or civilian. Their homes depress them, their spouses depress them, everything they own depresses them. We're all supposed to be such highly developed abstract thinkers. Why are our lives so depressing? Why?
You seem a bit depressed yourself today.
Maybe. I didn't have lunch today. I haven't eaten a thing since this morning. My daughter wasn't feeling well, and whenever anything is the matter with one of my two little girls, I always get very upset. It kills me to think of the father they've got. God, you should have seen him this morning. He's such a child. We started fighting from 7, and then by 9 I slammed the door and left. And I never talk about these things. It's funny, you're the only person I complain to about it. Don't be angry with me. You're absolutely all I've got.
Listen to the wind in the chimney. Right before Father died, the wind made a noise just like that.
Are you superstitious?
Yes?
That's strange. You're a strange, wonderful woman. Strange and wonderful. I can see your eyes shining in the dark.
Is there a light over here?
I love you. I love you. I love your eyes. I love your hair. I love the way you look. I dream about you, you strange, wonderful woman.
Somehow when you talk to me that way, it makes me laugh. Though it terrifies me. Please don't say it again. Say it again. What difference does it make? It makes no difference. Someone's coming.
I have
Talk
a
about
triple
something else.
family name. Baram, Tuzunba, Kona, Alsha. But I'm Russian, just like you. I was baptized in the Russian church. There's very little German left in me except for patience. Stubbornness, I guess it seems to you. I walk you home every night.
I'm so
And every evening I'll show up at the telegraph office and walk you home. I promise for the next 10 or 20 years. Until you chase me away. Hello.
home at last. A lady came in tonight to send telegram to her brother in Sartov. Her son died today and she couldn't remember the address, so she sent it with a one just to Sartov. She was crying and I was rude to her for no reason. I'm in hurry, I said. It was a stupid thing to do. I've got two people coming tonight. Yes. I've got to get some rest. I'm worn out.
Whenever you get off work, you look so little, so helpless.
I'm tired. I hate the telegraph office. I hate it. You've lost so much weight. Your face is starting to look like a little boy's.
That's because of the way she wears her hair.
I've got to find another job. This one is all wrong for me. Whatever it was I wanted or was dreaming of, this is definitely not it. It's work, but there is no poetry in it, no meaning in it. The doctor is knocking. You knock too, will you? I forgot his strength. I'm worn out. You'll be right. Oh, listen, we have got to do something. Last night the doctor and Andre were playing cards at the club and they lost again. Somebody said me, Andre has lost 200 rubles.
What can we do about it now?
Last week he lost, in December he lost. Oh, I wish he would hurry up and lose everything. Then maybe we could get out of this town. Oh my God. I dream about Moscow night after night. Sometimes I think I'm going absolutely crazy. We're moving in June, so that leaves February, March, April, May, almost half a year.
The main thing is for Natasha not to find out that Andre's lost all that money.
I don't think she even cares.
He comes. Has he paid his rent?
No, not for last 8 months. I guess you forgot.
Look at him sit there.
Why are you so quiet, Alexandra Ignatyevna?
I don't know. I would love a cup of tea. My kingdom for a cup of tea. I haven't eaten a thing since this morning.
Irina Sergeyevna,
What do you want?
please come here. I can't do without you.
Well, if we are not going to have tea, then let's talk.
All right. Let's do. What about?
Let's make up things. For instance, let's talk about what life will be like in 200 or 300 years.
Well, after we're gone, people will travel around in flying machines. They'll wear different style jackets. Maybe they'll discover a sixth sense and expand our perceptions. But life won't change. It will still be hard and happy and mysterious. 300 years from now, people will still go around complaining, oh, life is so hard, and they will still be afraid to die. The same as they are now.
No. How can I make myself clear? I think that everything in the world will change, little by little. It's already changing right before our very eyes. Of course, we'll never see it, but in 200 or 300 years, life on Earth will be more beautiful. And though we'll never see it, we are working for it right now. And that's the whole point of our existence, I think. That's what happiness is.
What are you laughing about?
I don't know. I started laughing this morning and I've been laughing all day long.
I graduated from the same school you did, but I'm not very good at choosing books, even though I read a lot. All the same, I think I do know the most important thing, and I want to convince you of it. That happiness does not exist as yet. It will never exist for us, and that's all right. That doesn't true. Happiness is reserved for our descendants. It's not for me, it's for my distant descendants.
According to you, we can't even dream of happiness, but what if I'm happy already?
You're not.
Obviously, we're on the opposite sides of the fence now. How am I going to convince you? Go ahead and laugh. Not just in 200 or 300 years, but even in 1,000,000 years, life will still be the same as it's always been. It doesn't change. It always stays the same. It has its own laws, which are none of your business. At least you'll never find out what they are. Birds that migrate. Cranes, for instance, just fly and fly. And no matter what thoughts they may be thinking, great thoughts or small thoughts, they keep on flying without knowing where or why. They fly. They will always fly. No matter what great philosophers may arise among them, they can talk philosophy if they want, but they can never stop flying.
Well, there's got to be some meaning in it.
Meaning? Look out the window. It's snowing. Is there any meaning in that?
Well, I don't know. I feel a person has to believe in something. Or has to look for something to believe in, otherwise life is empty. Empty. Just to live and not know why the cranes fly, not know why children are born, not know why there are stars in the sky. Either you know the reason why you're alive, or nothing makes any difference at all. Still, it's too bad youth doesn't last. You know what Gogo said? Ladies and gentlemen, life is a bore.
And I say, ladies and gentlemen, arguing is a bore. With you anyway.
Barzak was married in Berdichev. Let's make a note of that. Barzak was buried in Berdichev.
Balzac was married in Berdichev.
Well, the die is cast. Maria Sergeyevna, did you realize I'm resigning from the military?
So I heard. And I don't know what's so wonderful about it. I hate civilians.
What difference does it make? I'm not very good looking. What kind of military man is that? Anyway, it doesn't make any difference, really, it doesn't. I'm going to go to work. For once in my life, I'm going to work so hard, I'll come home at night all worn out, fall right into bed and go right to sleep.
I was down on
Working
Moscow
people
Street
must
today,
sleep very well.
and I bought these Korean peacoats, crayons, and a little knife.
You always treat me like a little girl, but I'm a grown-up, you know? Oh, it's the guy!
And I got a knife for myself to look. Here's one blade, and another one, and another one. And this is for cleaning your ears, and this is a pair of scissors, and this is for cleaning your nails.
Doctor, how old are you?
Oh, me? 32. Here, do you want me to show you another way to play solitaire?
Listen to that wind.
It is such a bore. I don't even know what summer's like.
Look! The solitaire is coming up. That means we'll get to Moscow.
No, it isn't. See, you have got an 8 and a 2 of spades. That means you won't get to Moscow. Sitkar, an epidemic of smallpox has broken out here.
Masha, dear, tea is ready.
Bring mine in here, Nana. I can't budge.
Nana!
I'm right here, dear.
Oh, little babies understand everything you say. Hi, Bobik. I said hello, darling. And you should have seen the way he looked at me. I know what you're thinking, that I'm just his mother, but it's more than that. Believe you me, he's an extraordinary child.
That's a woman, I would have sorted him in butter and eaten him long ago.
That man is crude and vulgar. I wonder what it would be like to live in a place where you don't even know whether it's winter or summer. I think if I were to live in Moscow, I wouldn't care what the weather was.
The other day I was reading the diary of that French politician, the one who went to prison for the Panama scandal. It was so moving the way he described the birds he could see from his prison window. Birds he never even noticed when he was a government official. Of course, now that he's out of prison, he probably doesn't notice them anymore. And it's the same with you. Once you're living in Moscow, you won't notice it anymore. We're never happy, we'll never be happy. We only want to be happy.
What happened to the candy?
Soli only ate.
He ate it all.
Somebody got a note for you, dear. Yeah. For me? Yeah. It's from my daughter. Excuse me, Maria Sergeyevna. I'll just go quietly. I'm so sorry. It's the same old story.
What happened? I was not sick.
My husband has taken too many pills again, and I can't stay for tea. I'll just go quietly. My dearest, you wonderful woman.
No, where is she going? I just gave her tea. Really never see the light.
Go away! You just stand there bothering me all day. I'm sick and tired of this.
What's got her into her? My lord.
Anafisa!
And Visha, and he just sits there.
Give me some room to sit. Cards all over the place. Drink your tea.
Masa, you're being mean.
Well, if I am, then just leave me alone.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
And you're a 60-year-old man, and all you do is talk a lot of goddamn bullshit, just like a kid.
Masha, dear, why do you always use language like that? You have a very attractive personality, and I'm sure you could make some real nice impression on social occasions. I tell you frankly, if it weren't for those vulgar words of yours.
Give me. I think there's some cognac.
He woke up. He hasn't been feeling well. You know that, right?
I'll just go take a look.
Excuse me.
Where did Alex and Ragnar go?
Home. Something going on with her husband again.
You're always sitting up by yourself, thinking about something. Only nobody ever knows what. Listen, let's be friends. Have a drink. I've got to play the guitar tonight. All night, probably. Just silly stuff. Well, that's all right.
What do you mean, be friends? When were we enemies?
Always make me feel as if something had gone wrong between us. You're kind of strange, you must admit.
I'm strange, we all are strange.
Aleko was Aleko.
Whenever I'm alone with someone, I feel alright. Just ordinary. When I'm in a group, I feel best. I say a lot of stupid things. But still, I'm more honest and open than a lot of other people, a lot of others, and I can't prove it.
I know I get mad at you a lot. You're always trying to pick a fight with me whenever we're out anywhere. But I like you anyway. What the hell? I feel like getting drunk tonight. Let's have a drink.
Let's have a drink. I don't have anything against you, darling. But I have a soul of Lomond. I even look a little like Lomond. At least that's what people say.
I'm resigning from the service. Voila. I've been thinking about it for 5 years and I finally decided to do it. I'm going to go to work.
Forget thy wrath, Aleko, forget thy dreams.
I'm going to work.
We had a real Caucasian dinner too. We had an onion soup and meat dish called chikatma.
Teremsa is not meat, it's a kind of onion.
No, Angel, chikatma is a meat dish made with lamb.
And I'm telling you, Teremsa is an onion.
And I am telling you, chikatma is a meat dish.
And I am telling you, Teremsa is an onion.
What am I arguing with you for? You've never been Caucasus and you've never eaten chikatma.
I've never eaten Teremsa because I can't stand it. It tastes worse than garlic.
That's enough. Will you two please stop it?
When are the carnival people coming?
They should be here by now. They promised to come around 9.
Ak Viseni, Mai Sen, God damn it, I feel like getting drunk tonight. Andy, let's drink to being friends. And I'll follow you, Andy, to the university in Moscow.
Which one? There are 2 universities in Moscow.
There's only one university in Moscow.
And I'm telling you, there are 2.
And I don't care if there are 3, the more the merrier.
There are 2 universities in Moscow! There are 2 universities in Moscow. The old university and the new university. And if it bothers all of you to listen to me, and if my words offend you, I don't have to say anything. I can't even leave the room.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I'm about to play that. Stolioni is a clown.
The Baron is drunk. The Baron is drunk. The Baron is drunk.
Late night, we should go home. Good night for now.
Good night. It's time to go.
Excuse me, but what about the carnival people?
They are not coming. Well, you see, dear, Natasha says that Bobby isn't feeling well, and so, look, I don't know what difference does it make.
Bobby isn't feeling well.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. They kick us out, then out we must go. Bobik isn't sick, she is. In the head.
What a shame. I was really counting on spending the evening. But if the baby's sick, of course, I'll bring him a little present tomorrow.
Tonight I took a long nap after dinner just because we thought we'd be dancing. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Oh.
Hey, let's go out in front of the house. We can talk there. Let's think of someplace else to go. Come on.
Okay, let's go then. Let's go. Everyone, let's go.
Good night. I never managed to get married because life just went by like a flash, and also because I was crazy in love with your mother and she was already married.
Nobody should get married. It's boring.
No, loneliness is worse. My boy, no matter how rationalize it, loneliness is an awful business. Although if you get right down to it, actually what difference does it make?
Come on, let's go.
What are you in such a rush for? Will you make it?
I'm afraid my wife might stop me. Tonight, I'm not going to play cards. I'm just going to sit and watch. I don't feel very well. What are you supposed to do for the pains in your chest? I have a minute.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I can't do it.
Let's go out the back way.
sorry.
There's no one here. Where did everybody go?
They went home.
That's funny. Are you alone?
Yes. Good night.
I behaved badly before. I lost control. It was tactless. But you're not like the others. You're different. You're pure and distant. You understand the truth. You are the only one who can understand me. The only one. I love you. I love you deeply and endlessly.
Good night, please go.
I can't live without you. You define what happiness. I've never seen a woman with eyes like yours before.
Stop. Fastly, fastly.
This is the first time I've ever talked about my love for you. I can't force you to be nice to me. I know that. But no happy rivals. None. I swear by all that's holy, any rival, I'll kill them.
Andre! Oh, let him read. Oh, Vasily Vasilich, I did not know you were here. I'm not properly dressed.
Who gives a fuck?
Irina, dear. Oh, you're all worn out. Poor you, you shouldn't stay up so late.
Is Bobby asleep?
Yes, but not very well. By the way, I wanted to tell you before, but you were not here or I just didn't have the time. I think Bobik's room is too cold and damp. I mean, where he's now. And your room is just right for a baby's room. So you move in with Olga for a little while, dear.
That's a good girl. What? You and Olga will have one room and Bobby goes into your room. Just for a while. He's such a darling. This morning he looked at me with those big eyes of his. Oh, he's such a darling. Oh, that must be Olga. She's so late.
Protopopov!
What a crazy man! Protopopov is outside and he wants me to go on a sleigh ride with him. Men are funny. Well, maybe just 15 minutes or so. Tell him I'll be right out. Oh, now that must be Olga.
And now, how do you like that? And they said they were having a party.
Oh, that's funny. I only left about a half hour ago and they were waiting for the carnival.
Everybody left.
Did Masha leave? Where did she go? And why is Papa waiting outside? Who is he waiting for?
Stop bothering me. I'm worn out.
Well, Miss High and Mighty.
The meeting just ended. I'm in agony. The headmistress is sick and I have to substitute for her. My head is aching so. Andre lost 200 rubles playing cards last night. The whole town is talking about it.
Even I got tired in that meeting.
My husband tried to kill himself again, but, well, he was just trying to throw a scare into me. He's out of danger and I feel better. Fyodor Ilyich, what do you say we go out somewhere? I really can't go home right now.
I'm tired, I can't. I'm tired. Did my wife go home?
Probably.
Goodbye. Tomorrow and the day after our holidays. Have a pleasant rest. I would really love a cup of tea. I had been counting on spending an evening with entertaining company. Oh well, falatem hominum spem. Accusative of exclamation.
All right, I'll go by myself.
My head is aching so. Andre lost. The whole town is talking. it's the day after tomorrow. How pleasant the day after tomorrow and the day after too, but my hand.
They're all gone. There's no one left.
I'll be back in half an hour. I'm only going for a little ride.
And I want to go to Moscow. Moscow.
They're all sitting downstairs in the hallway. I told them to come on up. You can't just sit there like that. They're all crying their eyes out. We don't know what happened to Papa. They said maybe he got bumped up. Can you believe it? And there are more people out there in the yard and they hardly don't have any clothes.
Nana, take this, and this grey one. Oh, what a horrible night. The whole of Kisarov Street must have burned. And the poor version is going to scare with their house nearly burned. We can't let them go back home. They can spend the night with us here. And poor Fedotnik lost everything with his house burned to the ground.
Olga, dear, you better get fed up or I'll never get all this myself.
Who's down there? Fairmont, come up here, will you? Oh, what a nightmare this is and how tired I am. Get this stuff downstairs. The poor children girls are in the hallway. Give it to them. Take this too.
Moscow burned down too long ago. Them Frenchies sure got a surprise.
Go on.
All right, I'm going. All right.
Nana, just give it over. Maybe you don't need this stuff.
Olishka, please
So
don't send me
tired,
away.
where is
Please
it?
don't.
What are you talking about? Stop talking nonsense. Nobody's sending you away.
My God, I do what I can. I work all the time. I know I'm not what I used to be before, but everybody says send her away, send her away. Where am I supposed to go? I'm old. I'm old, dear.
Nana, I'm so sorry. You look all worn out. Sit down, darling. Take a rest. You look so pretty.
They're saying we better get a group together to organize aid for the people who got burned out. It's a lovely idea, don't you think? We should help the poor out anyway. It's one of your responsibilities if you're rich. Bobby and little Sophie are fast asleep. They're sleeping as if nothing in the world were going on. I must be a mess. Who said I was putting on weight? Not true. Not a bit. Don't you dare sit down when I'm around. Get up and get up. Why you keep that old woman around? I'll never understand.
Excuse me, I don't understand either.
You just spoil her. She doesn't do anything. She's a peasant. She could go live on a farm. I like things nice and neat around the house. I don't want things sloppy. Oh. Our headmistress is all worn out. When my little Sophie grows up and starts high school, I'll have to start being scared of you.
I'm not going to be headmistress.
Yes, you are, Olga. It's all settled.
I refuse. I don't have the strength for it. And right now, you were so rude to Nana. I mean, I can't bear scenes like that. I feel like a faint even.
I am sorry, Olga. I really am. I didn't mean to upset you.
Dear, you've got to understand. We may have been brought up differently, but I don't have the strength for scenes like that. I feel weak and frail.
I am sorry, Olga. I really am. I know I say things I shouldn't. I know that. But you could agree she could go live on a farm.
But she's been with us for 30 years.
But she cannot do any work anymore. Either I don't understand you or you don't want to understand me. She doesn't do anything. She just sits around or sleeps.
Then let her sleep.
What do you mean let her sleep? She is a servant, isn't she? I just don't get you, Olga. I have 2 nurses for the children, a maid and a cook. What do you need that old woman for? What for?
I think I've aged 10 years too.
We have got to come to some understanding, Olga, once and for all. You are at high school, I am at home. Your job is teaching and mine is running this house. And if I tell you something about the servants, then I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to see that stupid old woman around here tomorrow. Don't you dare argue with me. Don't you dare.
Really?
If you don't move to the big compartment. We are always going to be fighting like this. It's terrible.
Where's Masa? We should have gone home longer, but they say the fire is dying down. I'm so tired. Olga, dearest, sometimes I wonder, hadn't I married Masa, I would have married you, Olga. You're a wonderful woman. I'm so tired. The doctor has been drinking, wouldn't you know? He's extremely drunk, wouldn't you know? I think he's coming up here. Do you hear him? Yes, here he comes. What a character, really. I'm going to hide that old drunkard.
He hasn't had a drop in 2 years and all of a sudden he starts it again.
The hell with them all. The hell with them. They think I'm a doctor. I know how to cure people, but I don't know anything. Not a thing. The hell with them. Last Wednesday, I went to Jeship to take care of one sick woman, and she died. And it's my fault she died. Maybe I knew something 25 years ago, but I don't remember a thing. I forgot everything. My mind is empty, so is my heart. Maybe I'm not a human. Maybe I don't even exist. Maybe I don't. I wish I didn't exist. Oh, hotel. 2 days ago, I went to the club. They're all talking about Shakespeare, Voltaire. I never read that. But I pretended I did. So did they. They all pretended. Made me sick. And I started thinking of that woman who died on Wednesday. And I feel ugly and mean. And I went out and got drunk.
Come in and sit down. Nobody will bother us here.
If it weren't for the troops, the whole town would have burned. Terrific. Good boys, every one of them. Just terrific.
Does anybody know what time it is?
It's already after 3. It's getting light.
Oh, everybody just sitting downstairs. Nobody wants to leave. Even that soldier of yours is down there. Doctor, you ought to go to bed.
Yes, you're right.
You have been at the bottle, Ivan Romanich. Congratulations. In vino veritas, as the ancients used to say.
Mess. I got terribly dirty at the fire. I heard a rumor the other day, something about our brigade being transferred, maybe to Poland, maybe to the Chinese border. Nobody knows.
That's what I heard too. Well, that will empty out the town.
And we're leaving too.
Smash! Ivan Romanich? Ivan Romanich! Such an expensive clock and you broke it? You get an F minus in conduct.
That was Mama's clock.
Maybe. Yes, Mama's clock. So it was Mama's clock. Maybe I didn't even break it. Maybe it just looks like broken. Maybe we don't even exist. Maybe it just looks like it. I don't know anything and nobody else knows. What are you all looking at? Natalia Ivanovna is having a little affair with Protopova. You don't see that. You just sit here and you don't see Natalia Ivanovna is having a little affair. Don't you like the little fig I'm giving you? Don't you?
Well, this is all really very strange, isn't it? When the fire started, I ran right home. My house was safe and sound, but my two little girls were standing in the doorway. All they had on was their underwear. Their father was gone, and on those little girls' faces was a look of horror, fear, anxiety. I don't know what all. It wrung my heart to see them like that. Oh my God, I thought, what will these little girls have to go through during their lifetime? I picked them up and brought them here, but all I could think of was what they would have to go through before they died. And when I got here, I found their father angry and screaming. I thought, this is the way things used to happen years ago. Enemy invasions, arson, and looting. And yet there's really an enormous difference between then and now, isn't there? And after a little time goes by, people will look back on our lives in horror, or they'll laugh. And the things we do today will seem strange and stupid and complicated over the life that will be then. Excuse me, I'm talking too much. It's just the mood I'm in. You're all asleep. I'll just keep talking anyway. The life that will be then, just think right now there are only 3 people like you in this town. Another generation, there will be more and more and more. Time will come when the whole world will have changed because of you, and everyone will live like you do. And even you will become part of the past, and children will be born who are better than you. I'm in the strangest mood today. I feel such an urge to live, to do something wild.
Oh, well, love bless my soul, what's wrong with me? Picture like a man on a party tree, the friends and $3 a bird. I'm in love. Yeah. It's all burned out, everything's gone, it's all burned out.
What's so funny about it? Is everything burned?
Everything, it's all gone. The guitar burned, and the camera burned, and all my letters burned. And I bought a little notebook for you that burned too.
No, please, Vasilis, go away. You can't come in here.
How come the band can come in here and I can't?
We should all go, in fact, house the fire.
They say it is stopped. Now I find it extremely funny that Baron can come in here and I can't.
Let's go downstairs.
Very well. We'll just make a little note of this. We
Solioni has gotten the place all smelly. Oh, the man is asleep. Baron!
Tired of 10 o'clock.
factory.
Actually, it's not a dream. I'll be starting work soon at a brick factory. I've already had an interview with them. You're so pale and beautiful. You're fascinating. The paleness lights up the dark. You're sad. You're unhappy with life. Oh, come away with me. Let's go off and work together.
Nikolai Lvovich, please get out.
Are you here? I didn't see you. You've got tears in your eyes. Go to bed. It's already daylight. It's morning. If only I could sacrifice my life for you.
Nikolai Lvovich, get out! Really, you are the limit.
All right. All right, I'm going. I'm going.
Fyodor, are you asleep?
What?
You want to go home now.
Dearest Masa, my sweet
Stop bothering
Masa.
her, Fyodor. She's worn out.
I'm going right now. My lovely wife, my beautiful wife, I love you, my one Isn't she astonishing? I've been married to you for like last 7 years and it seems just like yesterday. No, truly you are astonishing. And I'm happy. I'm a happy man.
And I'm bored. I'm bored. There's one thing I can't get out of my head. I mean, Andre. He took out a mortgage on his house and his wife gets all the money. And this house isn't just his. It belongs to all 4 of us. He ought to know that if he has any decency left.
Why bring that up now, Masa? Andre owes money all over the town. I feel sorry for him.
I don't care. It's still revolting.
You and I are not poor. I work. I teach at the local high school. I give lessons on my spare time. I'm a plain, honest man. Ominia mia me comporto, as they say.
I don't want anything. It's the injustice of it that's revolting. Go on home, Fyodor.
You're tired, Masa. You need to get some rest. I'll wait for you downstairs. Get some sleep. I'm a happy man.
Andre has gotten so petty, so slow, so old living with that woman. He used to want to be a scientist, and yesterday he was bragging that he would finally become a member of a county council. He is the member and that Protopopov is the chairman. The whole town is talking and laughing and he's the only one who doesn't know anything, doesn't see anything. Tonight everybody went to see the fire, but not him. He just sits in his room, he pays attention to nothing, he just plays his violin. Oh, it's awful. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Throw me out, please! Get rid of me! I can't stand it anymore! I can't stand it.
What's the matter, darling? What's the matter?
Where is it? Where did it all go? Oh my god. I've forgotten everything. My head is all mixed up. I can't remember the Italian word for window or ceiling. I keep forgetting things every day. I forget more and more and life goes by and it will never come back and we are never going to Moscow. Never ever. I can see it all now. We are never going to get there. Oh, I'm so unhappy. I can't work anymore. I won't work anymore. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I work at the telegraph office and now I work at the municipal building and I despise it. I hate everything I have to do there. Oh, I'm almost 24 years old. I've been working all this time. My brain has all shriveled up. I've lost my looks. I've gotten old and nothing. There is no satisfaction in any of it and life goes by and you realize you'll never have a beautiful life you ever dreamed of. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. I'm in despair. I'm really in despair and I don't understand why I'm
little girl, don't cry. It tears me apart.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Dearest, let me talk to you as a sister, as a friend. If you want my advice, marry the Baron. After all, you respect him, you value his friendship. I know he's not very good looking, but he's a good man, an honest man, and people do not marry for love. They marry because they're supposed to. At least that's what I think they do. I would have married without love. It wouldn't have made any difference to me. As long as he was an honest man, I would have married even an old man.
I can't wait for us to move to Moscow. I knew I would make true love there. But this is all a lot of nonsense.
Darling, I know. When the Baron first resigned from service and came to see us in his civilian clothes, he looked so plain that I started to cry. And he asked me what I was crying about. And what could I tell him? But if God brings the two of you together, I'll be very happy. You see, things are very different from what you thought they were. Very different.
You think she'd started the fire herself?
Masha, you're so silly. You're the silliest one in this family. I'm so sorry.
My dear sisters, I have a confession to make. I want to bare my soul. I want to confess something to you, and then I never want to say another word about it ever again. I can't keep it to myself anymore. It's my secret, but you ought to know it. I'm in love. I love that woman. The one you saw just now. That's it. I love Vershelina.
Stop that! I'm not listening to you.
What can I do? At first I thought she was strange. Then I felt sorry for her. And then I fell in love with her. With her voice, with all of the things she says, with all of her problems, with her two little girls.
I'm not listening to you. Stop saying that. I'm not listening to you. Olga, you're the silly one. I'm in love.
It's just fate, I guess. Or it's my luck. She loves me. She loves me. It's so funny. Don't you think so? Doesn't it strike you funny? My darling. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get through life. No matter what happens to us, we'll get through it. When you read about these things in books, it all seems so silly and predictable. But when you fall in love in real life, you realize no one knows anything about it. Everyone has to figure it out for herself. My dear sisters, there, I've told you, I'll never say another word about it. The rest is silence.
Andrei Sergeyevich! Andrei Sergeyevich! I already told you
In the
10
first
times!
place, when you speak to me, you call me Sir, not Andrei Sergeyevich.
Sir, the fireman wants to know, can they go through the yard to get to the river? They can't keep going around and round like that.
It's all right. Tell them it's all right. What a bore. Where's Olga? I came to ask you for the key to the cupboard. I lost mine. I know you have got that little one. What a terrible fire. Seems to be dying down. That damn Pharaoh made me so mad I didn't know how silly I sounded. Sir. Why? Look. It's time you all stop this nonsense. All this sulking for no reason. You and Masha is here, Irina is here, fine. Let's get all out in the open once and for all. What is it you all have against me, huh?
Not now, Andre. We can talk tomorrow.
No, I just want to know very calmly, what is it you all have against me? Just tell me!
Good night, Olga. God bless you. Goodbye, Andre. Leave them alone. They're exhausted. We can talk tomorrow. We can talk tomorrow. Let go now. It's time to go to bed.
I'm going to say what I came here for, and then I'll go right this minute. In the first place, you have got something against my wife, Natasha, and I have noticed it since the day I got married. Natasha is a lovely person, honest, straightforward, and well brought up in my opinion. I love my wife and I respect her, you understand? I respect her, and I want to make sure the rest of you respect her too. I repeat, Natasha is a lovely person, and all of your remarks and attitude, well, excuse me, are all being stuck up. In the second place, you all seem mad at me because I am not a scientist or a professor or something, but I have an occupation. I am a member of the county council and I'm proud of it, if you want to know. In the third place, I still have something more to say. I mortgaged this house. I didn't get your permission and it's my fault, and I ask you to forgive me. I had to do it. I owed a lot of money, 35,000. But I don't gamble anymore. I gave it up. But the main thing is, you are all girls. You get a military pension and I don't. I don't have any income at all.
Isn't Masha here? Well, see, that's funny.
You are not listening! Natasha is a fine, honest woman. When I got married, I thought we'd all live happily together. Happily. Oh my God. Oh, my dear sisters. My wonderful sisters, don't believe me. Don't believe me!
Where is Masha? Isn't she here? This is very disturbing.
Olga, somebody's knocking.
He's a doctor. He's drunk.
What an awful night. Olga, did you hear the news? The brigade is leaving. They're being transferred someplace far away.
That's just a rumor!
We'll be left here all alone. Olga.
What?
Olga, dearest, I do respect the Baron. I really do. He's a wonderful man. I will marry him, I promise. Only just let's go to Moscow. I beg you, Olga, please. There's no place in the world like Moscow. Let's go, Olga, please.
Begin the place.
together. What's more? Goodbye, Roman.
Till we meet again.
No, this time it's goodbye forever. We'll never see each other again.
Who knows? Look, even I'm starting to cry.
We may meet again sometime.
What, in 10 or 15 years, we won't recognize each other. We'll be very nervous and embarrassed. Hold it just one more time.
No, it's true. We won't be seeing each other again. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much.
Just hold on a minute.
I hope we do meet again. But you be sure and write us. Don't forget.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, trees! Hey! Hey! Goodbye, Echo!
Who knows? Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get married there in Poland. You get a Polish wife, they kiss you all the time and call you Kokanya.
We have got less than an hour. Sholini is the only one from our battery going in the birds. The rest of us go with the men. There are 3 batteries going today and 3 more tomorrow. And after that, peace and quiet will settle down upon this place once again.
As well as god-awful boat.
Where's Maria Sergeyevna?
Masa should be somewhere out here in the garden.
I have got to say goodbye to her.
Goodbye. I better go. Otherwise I'll start crying. It's such a wonderful time.
Here's a little souvenir for you, a little book with a little pencil attached. We'll go this way down by the river.
Hey! Hey!
Goodbye! Goodbye!
They're all gone.
They forgot to say goodbye to me.
Why did you say goodbye to them?
I must have forgotten. Anyways, I'll see them in 2 days from now. I leave tomorrow. Just one more day. Next year, I retire, I come back here, spend the whole day with you. Just one more year, huh? I retire, I get my pension. I come back here, I reform my life. I'll be so reserved, so respectable. Real model of retirement.
You certainly ought to reform your life, my dear. Anything would help.
Yes, you're right.
Ivan Romanich, you are unreformable. Unreformable.
Maybe I should take a lesson from you, then I'll be better.
If you'd have shaved his mustache off, I can't bear it.
So,
I could tell you how your face looks like now, but I won't.
what do you mean? It's perfectly normal, a modus vivendi. Our headmaster shaved his mustache, so when I was promoted, I shaved mine. Nobody likes it, but it makes no difference to me whatsoever. I'm quite happy. With a mustache or without a mustache, I'm still a happy man.
Ivan Romanich, dear, I'm really worried. What happened yesterday on the boulevard?
What happened? Nothing happened. It's just a lot of nonsense.
What I heard was, Solyoni and the Baron meet in the boulevard near the theatre.
Please, that's enough for God's sakes.
Near the theatre, and Solyoni started teasing the Baron, and he couldn't take it anymore. So said something insulting.
I don't know anything. Nothing happened. It's just a lot of nonsense.
And they say Solyoni is in love with Irina. That's why he can't stand the Baron. It's very understandable. Irina is a wonderful girl, just like my Masa. Both very thoughtful. Only your personality is a lot easier, Irina. Of course, Masa has a very good personality too. I love her. I really do.
Hey! Everything scares me today. I'm all ready to leave. I just have to finish packing after lunch. The Baron and I are getting married tomorrow, and then we go away to the brick factory, and the day after I start teaching, and that's when our new life begins. God, I hope it all works out. When I passed the exam for my teaching certificate, I practically cried.
Well, I suppose you are doing the right thing, but it doesn't seem all that serious to me. It's just a lot of ideas, not much practice. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Sincerely, I do.
My dear little girl, you're all gone so far ahead of me that I could never catch up. I'll stay here like a migrating bird, too old to fly. You fly, sweetheart. You fly. Pedro Illich, you should never have saved your masters.
That's enough out of you! Well, the troops are living today and things will be back the way they used to. Whatever people may say, Masa is a wonderful woman, an honest woman. I love her and thank God for her. People turn out differently. There's a clerk at the local tax office, Kozirev, his name is. We went to the high school together. He never graduated because he could never understand the ut consecutivum construction. He was terribly poor, not well at all. So whenever I see him, I say, "Hello there, ut consecutivum." Yes, he says, ut consecutivum. That's right. And then he comes. I've been lucky all my life. I'm quite happy. And now I have a certificate of merit and I can teach the ut consecutivum to others. I am intelligent, more intelligent than most. But that won't necessarily make you happy.
And tomorrow evening, I won't ever have to hear her play that Maiden's Prayer again. I won't ever see Protopopov again. Protopopov is sitting right there in the living room. He even showed up today.
Has the headmistress got a room yet?
No. We sent for her. I made up my mind. If I can't go to Moscow, then that's the way it has to be. It's fate. There's nothing you can do about it. Nikolai Lovich proposed to me and I accepted. He's a wonderful man. It's surprising how wonderful he is. And all of a sudden I felt happy, less depressed, and I felt like working again. Only last night something happened. Nobody's gonna tell me what, but I feel uneasy about it.
What happened? Nothing happened. It's just a lot of nonsense.
The headmistress is here!
Here is the headmistress. Let's go.
It's gonna rain today. What difference does it make? What difference does anything make?
Sits there. He just sits and sits.
So what?
Nothing. Did you love my mother?
Yes, very much.
Did she love you?
That I can't remember.
Where's my love? That's what our old cook Martha used to say when she used to talk about her policeman. My love. Where's my love?
She's not here yet.
When you only get your happiness in bits and pieces and you lose it anyway, you begin to get bitter about things. You stop caring what you say. Look at our little brother Andre. All his hopes are gone. 1,000 people raise a bell. They spend all kinds of money and effort, and all of a sudden, one day it falls and goes smash. All of a sudden. Nobody's fault. Just like Andre.
Won't be long now. The first, second, and fifth daddy leaves exactly at 1. I leave tomorrow.
For good?
I don't know. Maybe I'll come back next year. Who the hell knows?
The town's almost empty. It seems to be falling asleep. What happened by the theatre yesterday?
What happened? Nothing happened. It's just a lot of nonsense. Suleni started teasing Baron and he lost his temper and he insulted Suleni. And the way it wound up, Suleni had to challenge him to the duel. It's time now. Straight forest across the river. You can see it from here. Bang, bang, bang. Suleni thinks he is a lore mentor. He can even write the poetry. But I think he takes the joke a little too far. This is the third book.
Who's third you?
Suleni's.
What about the Baron?
What about the Baron?
All confused.
I think you ought to stop him. He may hurt the Baron or even kill him.
Baron is a good man. But one Baron more, one Baron less, what difference does that make? It doesn't make any difference. Let them fight.
In my opinion, dueling or even being a doctor at one is immoral.
No, it's not like that, my boy. It just looks like it. We are not here. It just looks like there's nothing. It's just difference doesn't make.
Just talk, talk, talk. All day long. You live in a climate like this and still you go on talking.
I can't go in that house. Tell me when Varshini gets here. The birds are migrating already. Swan? Maybe they're geese. They will have things.
Our house is emptying out. The officers are going away. You are going away. Reena's getting married. I'll be here all by myself.
And what about your wife?
My wife? My wife is my wife. She's honest. She's respectable. Well, she is a good woman, but somewhere deep down inside her, there is something blind and vicious and mean. Some kind of animal, whatever it is not really a human being. I'm telling you this as a friend. You are the only person who I could say this to. I love Natasha, you know that, but sometimes he disgusts me so much that I get sick to my stomach and I can't understand what it was, why I love her or why I used to.
My boy, I'm leaving tomorrow. We may never see each other again. So let me give you a little advice. Alright? Put on your hat, pick up your bag, and get out of here. Never look back. The further away you get, the better.
Doctor, time to go. It's already 12:30.
I'm coming. I'm sick and tired of you people, all of you people. Andre, if someone needs me, tell them I'll be right back. You people!
Doctor, don't jump on me. What's the matter with you, old man?
Leave me alone.
Not very well.
You go to hell!
No need to get upset. I'm just going to have little fun with it. All I want to do is wing him like a woodcock. That makes a whole potato. And they still smell. My hands smell like a corpse. Right. How does the Lermontov go? But every rebel seeks a storm, as if a storm will bring him peace.
Yes, sure. Say the dog to the flea, don't jump on me.
Yeah! Hey! Hey!
Leave me alone.
Papers to sign.
Leave me alone.
You
for
got
God's sake.
papers. Gotta get them signed.
Masa! Yoo-hoo! Ma!
This must be the only man in town who's glad the soldiers are gone.
You're probably right. Our town is empty now.
Listen, dear, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Where are you going?
I have to go and I promised them I'd see them off.
That's not true. Nikolai, why are you acting so funny today? What happened yesterday by the theater?
I'll be back in an hour. Beloved, I've loved you for 5 years. I still can't get used to the fact you seem more and more beautiful to me. Such wonderful hair, such eyes. Tomorrow I'll take you away from here. We'll work, we'll be rich, my dreams will all come true, you'll be happy. There's just one thing wrong. You don't love me.
I can't. I'll be your wife. I'll do what I'm supposed to do. I'll be faithful. But I don't love you. I'm sorry. I've never been in love. I used to dream about love. I used to dream about it all the time. But now, my soul is like a piano that has been locked up and the key is lost. You look so upset.
Didn't get much sleep last night. I've never been frightened in my life. I've never been afraid of anything, yet now I can't sleep. I'm tormented by the thought of that lost. Say something. Say something to me.
What? It's so quiet here. These old trees just stand there in silence.
Say something to me.
What do you want me to say?
Anything.
What? Stop.
It's funny how the stupidest little things in life can seem so important all of a sudden and without a reason. Let's not talk about it. I feel happy. It's almost as if I was seeing these trees for the first time in my life. They all seem to be looking at me and waiting for something. Wonderful trees they are. How wonderful the life around them ought to be.
Hey! Hey!
I must go, I'll be late. This tree is dead. But it still moves in the wind with the others. I feel like that. If I die, I'll still be part of life somehow. Goodbye, my darling. Those papers you gave me are on my desk under the calendar.
I'm coming.
No, no! Irina?
What?
I didn't get any coffee this morning. Ask them to fix me some, will you?
Andrei Sergeyevich! Andrei Sergeyevich! They are not my papers. They are official papers. I did not write them.
Whatever happened to the past when I was young and happy and intelligent? When I dreamed wonderful dreams and thought great thoughts, what happened to it? slowly begin to live, and all of a sudden we are old and boring and lazy and useless and unhappy. This town has 100,000 of people in it, and not one of them has ever amounted to a thing. Each one is just like the other. They eat, drink, sleep, and then they die. More of them are born. They eat, drink, sleep, and then they are bored. They gossip, gamble. Their wife cheat on their husbands, and the husbands lie. They pretend they don't see anything or hear anything in their children. They are just as dead as their parents. What do you want?
Papers to sign.
I'm sick and tired of you.
The doorman over to the government office was saying, says this winter in Petersburg, it got down to 200 below, he says.
The present is awful, but when I think of the future, I feel better. In the distance, a light begins to break. I can see freedom. My children and I will be free from laziness, from drinking too much, from eating too much, from too many naps after dinner, from living like insects.
2,000 people froze, he says. Says people were scared. Or maybe it was Moscow? Can't remember.
My dear sisters, my wonderful sisters, Masha! Dear Masha!
Who is making all that noise? That you, Andy? You'll wake up there, Sophie! Il ne faut pas faire de bruit, la Sophie est dormir, Jason. Vous êtes un ours. You want to talk? Give that baby carrot to somebody else. Philipon! You take that carrot away from him!
I'll be quiet, I'll be quiet.
Sorry, Bobby. Silly Bobby. Oh, Bobby. How do you say mama? Say mama. Oh, my darling.
All right. Look through them. Look through them and sign what I have to.
Yard is like a furry crowd. People are always stopping and going. Can I give Nancy some money?
God bless you, dears. Poor people. Hey, Rindy! Oh my God, what a life! We're at the high school. Olga and me in one of the faculty apartments. I never lived so happy ever. It's a big, big, big apartment. I have got a room and a bed of my own, all rent-free. And whenever I say my prayers and go to bed at night, my Lord, I'm the happiest woman in the world.
Olga Sergeyevna, we're leaving right away. I wish you all the best, the very best. Where's Maria Sergeyevna?
She's somewhere in the garden. I'll go find her.
Please, I have to hurry.
Yeah, I'll go look too. Masha! Yoo-hoo!
Well, everything must come to an end. Now it's time to say goodbye. Going to miss this place?
Do you think we'll ever see each other again?
Probably not. My husband and my 2 little girls will stay another month or so. If they need anything, do you think that
Yes,
you could...
yes, of course. Tomorrow there won't be a single military man left in town. It will all be a memory. It will be a new beginning for us too. Things never turn out the way you want them to. I never wanted to be headmistress, and here I am, headmistress. Which means I'll never get to go to Moscow.
Thank you for everything. Forgive me if things were... I talked a lot too much right now. Forgive me for that, and don't think badly of me.
Why doesn't that much?
What else can I tell you about doing farewell? Shall we talk a little more? Life isn't easy. We must find a way to join love of work to love of higher things, mustn't we? Oh, now I must go.
She's here.
I came to say goodbye. Write me. Don't forget. Let me go. I have to go. Olga Sergeyevna, take her. I have to go. I'm late. Masha, stop that.
It's all right. Let her cry. It's all right. Masa, dearest, my sweet Masa. You're my wife and I'm happy no matter what happens. I'm not complaining. I haven't a single reproach to make. Olga is my witness. Let's start life all over again, just the way it was before. I will never say a single word about it. Never.
Beside the sea there stands a tree. On that tree, golden chain. Breezy, beside the sea, a golden chain. Masha, calm down, Masha. I'm not going to cry anymore.
She's not going to cry anymore. That's good.
Beside the sea there stands a tree. On that tree, a golden chain. Did you hear a cat? Golden tree. All confused. It's a disaster. I'm alright. I don't need anything anymore. I don't need anything. What difference does it make? What does that line mean? Beside the sea, I can't get it out of my head. Come, let me go like that there. I can't go in that house. Oh my God.
Let's just sit down together. We don't have to say anything. I'm going away tomorrow, remember?
Yesterday I took this away from one of the boys at school. It looks just like the German teacher, doesn't it? Those boys are so funny.
It really does look like you're German. It really does.
Don't, Masha.
Exactly like him.
What? There's Sophie is in there with Brother Bobo. They tell Auntie to take care of Bobby. Such a fuss having children. Irina. Oh, you're going away tomorrow. What a shame. Why don't you stay a few days longer? Oh, you gave me a scare. And having them move Andre into your room, him and his violin gets squeezed away in there. And then Sophie gets his room. She's such a darling this morning. She woke up, looked at me with those big eyes of hers and said, Mama. That means tomorrow I'll be here all by myself. The first thing I'm going to do is have them cut down those old trees. Those ugly old trees. Especially that dead one. And then I'm going to have them plant lots and lots of flower so that smells nice and pretty. Sweetie, that skirt doesn't do your thing. Not a thing. Who left this fork out here? I want to know who left this fork out here! Do you hear me? Shut up when I'm talking to you!
She does get mad.
They're going away. They're going away. I hope they have a pleasant trip. Let's go home. Where's my coat?
I took it inside. I'll get it right away.
Yes, time to go now. We can all go home.
Olga Sergeyevna.
What? What?
Nothing. Just... I don't know how to tell you.
It's not true.
Yes, it is. mess. I'm all upset. I'm all worn out. I don't want to talk about these things. Actually, what difference does it make?
What happened? I don't know how to tell you.
What? What is it? Tell me for God's sake.
Baron was killed in the duel.
I knew.
What a mess. I'm all upset. I'm all worn out. Let them cry. Tarara-bam-dre. It's gonna rain today. What difference does it make? What difference does anything make?
They're going away.
I'll go away tomorrow by myself.
Tarara-bam-dre. It's gonna rain today. What difference does it make? What difference does anything make?
If only we knew. If only we knew.